Beats by Dallas, make it hurt.
Ladies and gentlemen, Saturday, it's 3 o'clock. It is time for the one and the only. This is the one and only, the Big Time Show podcast that is being seen and heard live. Wow, I got all this electrifying smoke going on right now. What's going on, everybody? I'm here. It's 3 p.m. It is showtime. I'm in the house. What's going on? I hope that you, as you come in, I hope that you will share with everyone that you are acquainted with. In particular, I hope that you will share with a Dallas Cowboy fan, a Dallas Cowboy lover, a Dallas Cowboy hater, if you will. Those that will share, I hope that you would. I hope that you would come in and hit that like button, smash it for me. We're going to get this party started off right from the beginning. Go ahead and smash that like button for me. Hit it about 20 times. Hit it about 20 times. It's just smash it. It ain't going to take you no more than probably about 5 seconds just to smash it like that. Go ahead and hit it for me, and we'll go ahead and get this party started. Glad that you're taking this time with me, just this time of your afternoon. You didn't have to, and I appreciate it so very much. I'm sharing as we talk right now, sharing it with various groups and families and all that, so y'all can hear and experience my foolishness as I talk about my beloved Dallas Cowboys and what's on my head may necessarily not be right. Let's get that started. I am not the end all of the Dallas Cowboy fan base. Whatever I say is just really, and anybody else, any podcast, any type of my brothers that you follow, a lot of things that you hear are really opinions. Everybody. I got my brother. Man, look. My brother in here, angry Cowboy fan. I'm going to speak to everybody just a second, but I see him in here. You know, as great as he is, it's just his opinion. We all my brothers, Boss, West Coast, all these guys, OC, Law, all these folks are just opinions. But however, the difference between a lot of us and others are, our opinions are based off of facts. Now, that may sound like a contradiction, but it's not. It is facts, what we come up with. And I'm saying that to say something today. That today's show will not be based off facts. Today's show is going to be based off a theory. You understand? Today, in today's world, conspiracy theories work. Nobody don't even like facts no more. They don't. They don't. And you know, whichever way you want to think I'm going with that, you can have it. I mean, I got one or two things in mind, but I'm gonna let y'all figure that out. All right. I'm just gonna tell you, it's conspiracy theory work. They work in politics. They work in sports. They work in the news. They work everywhere. Conspiracy theory works. Today, I'm going to, next time on Monday, when I'm with you guys, I'll get back into primarily the facts. I will. And I'll base my opinion off that. Today, I want to play the what if game. You know, I should have just went ahead and just said today's titles of the show is what if. Because that's what I'm going with today. All right. Let me speak to everybody before I get started. Hope you guys will share. Hope you do it. Angry Cowboy fans, sir, I know I keep talking about it, but if I would have known you gonna be here like this early, today would have been a great day, sir, for you to join in on the show so everybody can experience your anger. Our shared anger together. Today would have been a good day. I'm gonna talk to you about that. I promise you this time, I'm gonna talk to you about that. We got to hook up because, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not following the Angry Cowboy fan, you need to. We talk alike. We kind of got the same type of vibe. You understand? He does, and I enjoy him, and he's one of my favorite guys out here right now. I got to get him on the show. So, Angry Cowboy fan, I got to talk. Yeah, I already know. I know you. See, I wish I'd have got him earlier. No, that's my fault. I should have thought about this earlier. Greg, what's up? Eastside Harold, the Dallas Cowboy hater himself, is in the building. Who else is in here? Shane, my brother, is in here. What's going on? Everybody just chatting in. For those of you that are in here, but you ain't spoke, something wrong with this picture. Come on now. Y'all know how I am. I like to interact because, see, you guys are this is really, as I've always said, it ain't nothing changed. Ask Shane. Shane, so far, is the one that's been with me the most in here. This is our show. It's my show. You know, I do all the stuff, but this is our show. Y'all got power because if y'all say something good in this chat, we're going to go ahead and change the whole format because what y'all saying may be just perfect. Zach Walker, what's going on, brother? Appreciate you, man, for popping in on me today. And since I got y'all here, I'm not going to waste no more of your time. Hello to those that are on Twitter or X, however way you want to call it. Appreciate you popping in. Hello to everyone, obviously, that is on the NGBN.TV network. Being seen live there now, right now. We're live right now on Roku TV. We're live on Amazon Fire Stick TV and on all Android devices. If you just download the NGBN.TV app to either one of those, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, or Android, I'm live right there, right now. Y'all don't believe me, do you? All you got to do is just zap off wherever you are and go there. I'm there, live and in color. I'm good to go, ready to rock. Let me tell you this. I'm worried. Hey, there's ties in the building. Y'all forgive me. My sinuses are really working today. So y'all don't laugh at me if I kind of veer off and have to blow my nose before I embarrass myself. Y'all just bear with me. All right, it's live TV. It happens. You understand? I'm worried, y'all. Let's get into this. Let's play the conspiracy theory game starting right now. Hey, Greg, I see you, brother. Let's go with it. Every year, correct me if I'm wrong. Every year, we always end up at the same places. All right? We always end up at the same places. Let me go through it. Correct me if I'm wrong. That Angry Cowboy just got another subscriber, man. My brother Joe coming to your family over there. See, I don't mind sharing. I don't mind. I mean, this, people watch what they want to watch. I ain't sending nobody to no trash. The Angry Cowboy fan is gold, up and coming. Gonna take over. That's how he is. He's great. I love him. And y'all gonna see it. Y'all gonna experience this. Our foolishness together in just a short day. He may be on. Hey, Angry Cowboy fan. I come on Mondays at 9 p.m. Eastern, which is 8 o'clock Central. So I'm in Memphis, so I'm Central Time. So it's 8 o'clock. I don't know what time zone you live in, but I put it on air now. If you want to roll Monday night with me, come on, roll. If not, we'll hook up on a Saturday. And I ain't like you so much, Angry Cowboy fan, I'll adjust to you. And if we just got to tape it, and then I put it on as if it's live. We won't have no chat, but I just be honored just to have you with me, man. I really enjoy you. So we'll get together. I'll call you or text you, one or the other. I promise you that. Now, let me get back to it if I get off track. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. Here we go. Off season. Soon as we lose the playoff game, we get to the blame game. Everybody put a check right there. Check. We get to the blame game. We mostly blame Dak Prescott. Put a check right there. Go ahead. Bam. All right, y'all great. Or we blame whoever's the play caller. In this case, we check off Mike McCarthy. We blame McCarthy. We blame Dak. There you go. We rarely blame Jerry Jones. Okay? That ain't the time. We wait a couple weeks before we start blaming him. We blame the playoff loss on Dak or Mike McCarthy. Check. Am I right? Go ahead and let me know. We'll blame that on them. No matter if it's 40-16 in the third quarter, and we know that the defense didn't show up, Dak still gets the blame. Hello. It's just the truth. This is where we are. It's the same playbook every year. Right after that, we take about a chill period, and then this is the area when Jerry Jones comes in and tries to give the fan base some type of hope, because usually the fan base is pretty down because, once again, we have not done what the fan base thinks we are supposed to do. So Jerry comes in, says something, outlandish or and then Jerry says something, has the fan base, has the media talking for about 2 straight weeks every day off of what he said and things that he says that he doesn't really mean. Just put a check there, because we all know what I'm talking about. He says we're all in. We're all in this year. The fan base interprets it the way they want to interpret it, while Jerry already knew that the way that the fan base was going to interpret it, he put it out there. He knew the media was going to eat it up. And the Cowboys went completely crazy. I mean, the media went crazy. First Take talking about it. Undisputed talking about it. Sean McCoy talking about it. Joy Taylor talking about it. Everybody talking about it. Then what happens after that? Jerry exit stage left. Then here comes Stephen Jones in the role of a Donald Trump type, Donald Trump staff supporter. What do I mean by that? Their job is to say what Donald Trump, what they say, well, this is what he meant to say. Even though Jerry said it like this, Stephen Jones' job now is to come and to give credence and give, the true meaning of what Jerry had to say. 2-3 weeks later, after the media done ate it up, the fan base done got excited. We're going to go sign all these free agents. We're gonna finally do it. We're going to finally do it. And then here comes Stephen with the same record, the same game plan that the Dallas Cowboys have always had. He puts things back into proper perspective. Y'all know that. Check. Go ahead and put check there. Just thumbs up or whatever. Just put it there for me. Come on, put it up. Come on. Y'all know I'm telling the truth because Steven in the offseason is really the only one that we can tell, that we can say he's telling the truth. Because with Steven, whatever he says, when you look at it in hindsight, that is the way that it has went. What did Steven say, y'all? Steven said, well, we're all in on everybody. We're all in on this whole season. We're all in every year. We're all in on the way that we do things. We're all in on drafting and developing these guys the best way that we can. We're all in on the draft. We're all in. Steven didn't lie. He didn't lie. He didn't lie. We're all in on getting our guys paid, which is they haven't done it yet, but I believe it's going to happen. We'll get into that in just a few more minutes. He's saying we're all in on paying our guys. We believe in our guys. We believe in our guys. Our guys that we'll pay. We'll pay those guys, but we ain't paying nobody outside the camp. We ain't paying all these big contracts. We don't care who they are. We don't care if they would be able to help our team. We know they'll help our team, but we ain't paying no outlandish contracts. No, we'll get what did Steven say? Steven said this, and Jerry said it too. Steven said, oh man, look, if we can get 3 players for one, in other words, if we can get 3 players with the contract value of just one person, we're gonna take these 3 guys. We're not gonna take that one guy. Steven didn't lie. Steven didn't lie. The fan base assumed that we would go get a Derrick Henry. The fan base assumed that we'll go get a defensive player that one of those key guys. A lot of the fan base, in my view, is right because I believe that when you're 12-5, all you need is just a couple spots that you can get 2 or 3 guys, maybe 2, that can carry you over the hump. Cowboys don't do that. The Cowboys not gonna pay nobody no crazy amount of money. They ain't gonna do it unless it's their guys. That's the way that they are. You see what I'm saying? They're all in on the draft. Stephen Jones didn't lie. Jerry Jones led y'all to believe something else, but Stephen Jones didn't lie. And they were all in on the draft. This is the area, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going down my checklist. Here. This is the area where the Dallas Cowboys look wonderful. Because I know all of you, we would have liked this player in the draft, and instead we got this player. But overall, over the last 10 years or so, the Dallas Cowboys have drafted extremely well. Can't argue with it. Look at all the Pro Bowlers that have come from their draft picks. Look at all the All-Pros that have come from their draft picks. Can't argue with it. They draft well. This is the area where the one and only Will McClay shines. That's why they're paying him the big bucks, because the Will McClay, who has been sought after and interviewed for GM jobs elsewhere, isn't you think that because of his loyalty to the Dallas Cowboys is the reason why he stayed? No. Because the Dallas Cowboys knows how valuable he is. They know how great he is. They know how great his scouting department is. They know what kind of eye for talent that he has. And so they decided to pay him big money. Will McClay just about get a raise every year almost. He is getting GM type money without the specific title of being the GM. Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones are not looking at no game film. They are not breaking down tape. They are not doing it. That's not what they do. They lean on the expertise of some of their coaches and primarily Will McClay and the scouting department to select the players. They don't know nothing about no breaking down film and hand placement of linemen and the proper feet technique, footwork. They don't know nothing about all that. They don't know nothing about that. They ain't looking at all that. Look at the spacing. Look at his split times, and look at his cone time, and look at his 40 time, and look how well easily he gets to the second level of the defense. They ain't looking at all that. Jerry and Steven don't know nothing about that. Never have. They make the decision, but their decisions are made from the expertise of Will McClay and the scouting department. I need a check mark. I need y'all to put them thumbs up right quick if y'all know them. I ain't lied to you yet now. I'm going somewhere with this. I promise you, I'm just setting it up. Y'all know what I'm doing. Y'all know I'm a preacher. I got to set it up. Y'all know I got to do it. Oh, excuse me. Thought it was Sunday morning. I'm sorry. Anyway, I have to set it up. This is what Will McClay does. Right after that, we draft. And without going into the draft, because we've done shows on the draft picks and all that type of stuff, I believe that the Cowboys again. Hey, Mr. Hill, I see you, brother. Thank you, Mr. N Hill, CEO of the NGBN.TV network is in the building. Appreciate you. Thank y'all for putting the checks in. So right now, y'all with me right now, 100%, right? This happens every season. Y'all ought to know this. I could pass y'all this microphone. Y'all would say the same thing. Right after the draft, we do the draft grades and say, okay, we had a pretty good draft. Of course, we one or two picks, questionable or whatever. But overall, most Cowboy fans are, pretty pleased with the draft. And I believe everybody here in the chat, when you look at the draft overall, I believe we'll say, okay, pretty good draft. Pretty good draft. Of course, we could have picked something here and that, but overall, pretty good draft. Check. Everybody check. Okay. Maybe you may disagree right there. It might be a little tension right there. So, but if not, give me a check. I just want to make sure everybody with me real quick before I go into the conspiracy theory. So the offseason for the Cowboys, as I always say, overall, is pretty good. From the time of other than free, the initial wave of free agency where Cowboy fans get really ticked off because we don't do nothing. Other than that, the offseason of the Cowboys usually is pretty good. All right. Then we do have the free agency period after the draft where the Cowboys would then go bargain shopping and get guys for cheap and all that type of stuff. This year has a little bit of extra twang to it because Ezekiel Elliott signed. And of course, a lot of Cowboy fans are excited about Zeke coming home and all that kind of stuff. And you're happy about it and saying we got a running game now and all that type of stuff. And I'm going to get into that because that's where I'm going. And we do that and say, oh, yeah, now we get to go ahead and roll. We get to go ahead and run. We see what we're doing. We drafted two offensive linemen. And guiding the left tackle is going to start. We drafted BB, and BB seems to be a monster. Oh, my God, we're going to put him at center, and we're going to go ahead and run this ball. We're going to run this ball like we're going to do it. We got Zeke back. We got Rico. You can see the type of backs we have. We're going to really have a power running game. We got a strong offensive line, or at least that's what we're going to figure we're going to have. And we are going to run the football. We're going to run it. We're going to run it. We're going to run it down people's throat. We're going to punish people. We're going to have time of possession. We're going to really run the football. Greg, you already see where I'm going, don't you? You see where I'm going, don't you, Greg? See, people that have been with me for a while, they already see where I'm going because I have to do this almost every year. This is what Cowboy fans are saying, and my job is to try to bring y'all a realistic conspiracy theory approach. Because I don't want y'all to go crazy between now and week 1. I need y'all to be stable. I need y'all to not be insane in your thinking, because the Dallas Cowboys, this is the area right now. The draft is over. Little free agency period of signatures have come. This is the area where it becomes extremely dangerous for the Dallas Cowboys. Because after the draft, expectations once again go up. Right after the draft, the hopes go up. Right after the draft, people start smiling again right after the disappointment of another lost season. And here's the part where we start saying we're going to be pretty good. Cowboys going to make a move. Cowboys going to be just fine. We see what the front office has done. I get it. And now I see what we're going to do, and I like the move, and I think we're going to beat Washington. I think we're going to beat the Giants. I think we're going to beat Philly. I think we still in the hunt for the NFC East. See, this is where the hopes start building up. And you start trying to be the offensive coordinator and saying what we going to do. And you start saying all that kind of stuff, and it only makes sense what you're saying because you see what kind of style of lineman they're getting. You see what type of running back they're getting. You see that they hadn't added to the wide receiver room, so you see which direction they're going. You done heard the narratives saying, hey, we're going to get tougher. That's the reason why they grab a Guyton. That's why they get a BB. That's why they go get an Eric Kendricks, a linebacker. That's why they go get the kid from Western Michigan, what they are calling DeMarcus Lawrence Part 2.0. That's why we go get Nealon. That's why we go get this guy. That's why Overshawn is coming back, physical. That's why we get a Kendricks. He's physical. That's why we go move Michael Parsons back to linebacker, bring in Sam Williams at another end. We're going to be fast. We're going to be physical. We got these offensive line because they're going to go downhill. But there's one part everybody keep forgetting. This is where the conspiracy theory happens. Did y'all not forget that we had Ezekiel Elliott at one point in time and Tony Pollard in the backfield? Did y'all forget that even with those two guys in the backfield, we were still saying, when we gonna run the ball consistently? Did y'all forget that? Did y'all forget that at the end of the box score? See, this is where I'm finna start losing some of y'all because y'all don't like it. I know it. Did y'all forget that we used to look at the box score and see how many times Ezekiel Elliott ran the ball in a game and Tony Pollard combined? Less than 20 times a game sometimes. Ezekiel Elliott had carried the ball 13 times. Pollard would only have carried it maybe 6 or 7. Did y'all forget that? And remember what Mike McCarthy said? Did y'all forget? When Mike McCarthy first got here, you remember what he said when he took over as offensive coordinator after we let go of Kellen Moore, who didn't run the ball at all? Really? Have y'all forgotten what Mike McCarthy said? He said, we're going to run the ball. My brother West Coast put out a whole campaign, running the ball, made of hats and T-shirts and all that type of stuff. Run the ball. Some of y'all got it in your closet now. Some of y'all got that shirt and hat the West Coast sent to y'all. Y'all got it in the hat. Y'all remember that. Don't worry about it, ain't Cowboy fan. Cause see, I'm gonna give you the flow. You gotta worry about it. I'm gonna give you the flow. See, have y'all forgot? We were still wondering when we gonna run the ball. When? Have y'all forgot that we was inside the 5-yard line primarily And y'all remember we used to line up in the shotgun from the 2 yard line on first down and second down. Do y'all remember? We used to be begging. What what is this? Do y'all remember my lineman on first and goal from the 3 yard line, lining up in the shotgun, going backwards in pass protection? Do y'all remember that? I ain't forgot. I haven't forgot. I'm trying to figure out when did y'all didn't know that Mike McCarthy is a pass happy coach, just like Kellen Moore was. See, this is the danger zone. After the draft, no matter who we drafted, no matter the position, because y'all done got hype about the offensive lineman. Y'all done said, oh, BB, oh my God, and I said it too. But I said the same thing about the offensive line when they were there, and they never consistently ran the ball. They had a case of mistaken identity. What am I saying right there? I love Dak Prescott, but I didn't want Dak Prescott throwing the ball 35 plus times. I understand he's the MVP candidate. I understand he was all pro this year. I get it. I understand Dak Prescott threw for 4,500 yards. I understand he led the league in touchdowns. But you know what? The real truth of the matter is he didn't have no choice but to lead the league in touchdowns. He didn't have no choice but to throw for 4,500 yards. Why? Because we didn't run the football. And some of you gonna say, wait a minute, big time? Wait a minute now. What are you saying? Tony Pollard had over 1,000 yards. What are you saying, big time? Y'all saw that. What I'm saying is you saw the games like I did. That's what I'm saying. You know we didn't run the ball. Y'all know we didn't run the ball. I refuse to believe y'all gonna say that. You know good and well we did not run the football. We didn't. We didn't. I know that. We was a pass-happy team with Brandon Cooks, with Jake Ferguson emerging. Definitely CeeDee Lamb going crazy out there. We was a pass-first football team, and y'all know it. So what I'm saying is, this is the danger zone, because once we get through with the draft, this is where the drafts are great, because you can't argue with the success. The all pros, the Pro Bowl players, guys contributing, however you want to look at it, that part is solid. Right after the draft, these players go into the hands of our coaches. Boy, y'all ain't gonna like what I'm saying here. And it is there where all of this gets watered down, whether it's by scheme, whether it's by philosophy. This is where we start going slowly but surely down. And I got a reason for that. This is conspiracy theory, but it's based off somewhat facts. It gets into the hand. This is where the problem begins. Because see, you can have an A+ player, but you got a B+ or B- coaching staff, and put them in the wrong scheme and put them in the wrong places. Or most importantly, and I'll get into this in just a second, or putting the wrong people on the field and keeping the better people on the benches. And this is where our problem starts. I need y'all to share. Everybody hit the like button, because I'm already preaching, really, to be honest with you. Hit the like button. Everybody hit that like button. Everybody hit that like button for me if you agree. Everybody hit it for me if you don't mind. Smash it. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. Because this is where my problem in the danger zone starts. Hey, Tyrone. This is where my problem starts. This is where I'm having a problem with the Cowboys, and I'm seeing the same movie over and over and over again, and I'm not falling for it. I let y'all fall for it. I'm not doing it. I'll give you a couple examples, and then I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm gonna give you a couple examples of what I'm talking about for this season coming up during this particular time, because we getting closer, of course, to OTAs and training camp. We getting closer. And look, Cowboys have already released a depth chart without seeing nothing. Okay. I ain't bring it up here. I may do that Monday or whatever. We'll bring up the depth chart and then let's see what you got. Because the facts are, ladies and gentlemen, Mike McCarthy is a pass-happy offensive coordinator. So I don't know where this hope come from that all of a sudden now we're gonna turn into a Tennessee Titan Derrick Henry type running game. I don't know. I don't know why we even doing that. The Cowboys have a mistaken identity problem with this. They believe, and some of us believe, that Dak Prescott is that dude. Now, this is where the divide is going to come in the chat and in the Cowboy Nation. The Dallas Cowboys believe, and you can tell that by the way they play, they believe that Dak Prescott is that dude. What I mean by that, they are comfortable with Dak Prescott. Hey, Terry, throwing the ball 40, 30, 35 plus times a game. They believe in putting the ball in the hands of Dak Prescott, because how else is CeeDee Lamb going to get the numbers that he get? He has to throw the football. So they believe in it. If they didn't really believe in it, they would give him the Cooper Rush playbook. Defense, run the football, throw occasionally. That was Cooper Rush, y'all. It was a couple games, of course, where he had to throw it and all that, and Cooper did fine. But primarily, Cooper Rush, the year that he started those 5-6 games, was a run the guy. They really did run the ball in. They really believe Dak is one of those 3 to 5 guys. That's what they really believe. Fan base is split on this. Some of the fan base believe Dak is that dude, and then you got some of the other fan base who believe he's pretty good, but he don't need to be throwing the ball 35 plus times a game. That's why I fall into play. I believe Dak Prescott is best when he has a balanced offense. Run the ball, play action pass, now go get him. I don't believe Dak should be throwing it 35 times. I could care less about Dak Prescott throwing for 4,500 yards. I could care less. I don't want him throwing that. Not that I don't believe he's that dude. I just know where he's best at. And him lining up in the shotgun predominantly all game, where he has to just keep throwing because of a lack or not calling, or calling the wrong plays as far as running the football goes, such as the Tony Pollard running straight up the middle like he's Ezekiel Elliott, instead of using Tony Pollard's attributes that he has and then formulate your running game off of his attributes. That's what I'm saying. It could be better. And I agree with Coach Breedlove, because Coach Breedlove, see, you got to be careful, because Coach Breedlove, what he just said right here, is absolutely right. Coach Breedlove says, the only thing that I'm saying is, watch this, because Coach Breedlove, these are facts. What Coach Breedlove said, he said that they led the league in offense, though. So you ain't making sense, big time. You're not making sense, because they did lead the league in offense, so they must be doing something right now. Okay? But as I said before, You guys saw the game. You guys know we really didn't have no real running game. You know that. Dak Prescott led this team last year. Because it wasn't because of Tony Pollard. We know that. It wasn't because of the offensive line just running and plowing people over. We know that. We saw the game. Huh? You see what I'm saying? So we saw the game. We led the league in offense. It wasn't in rushing offense, I may add, but overall, we led the league in offense. Those are facts. But we saw the games. We know we didn't have no running. You got to be able to run the ball when you have to. Cowboys couldn't do that. They ain't done that in years, though. They ain't just last year. They ain't doing it when Kellen Moore was here. They didn't do it when Ezekiel Elliott was here. Once he had been injured all the time, they weren't doing that. Shoot, Ezekiel Elliott was here as the running back number one. We were begging for Tony Pollard to get more carries to take away from Zeke. Y'all remember that? Tony Pollard made a Pro Bowl as a running back number two. Zeke Elliott didn't make no Pro Bowl. Y'all remember? Huh? So you got all these all-pro linemen and can't run the ball when you need to. You got all these all-pros. The Cowboys usually have at least two all-pros. I mean, for the last, Tyron Smith, Zach Martin. Right there, two all-pros. Every year. Throw in a Pro Bowler in between. You may have three guys make the Pro Bowl. Offensive lineman, can't run it, won't call it. Instead, shotgun city. Dak Prescott throwing the football, first, second, and third down. This is what we saw, y'all. So you have that part. Huh? Right here. See, these are the statements. Okay, watch this. True statement by Shane right here. True statement. We want to blame the running back, but the O-line was not getting the push. Okay? And I'm glad I got a bunch of educated people in here that know the game, because people like Shane been with me for years, couple years now, running with me. So I know by his past comments, he knows the game. He watches it. I always have good comments, and this is one of them. I got coaches in here. I got other podcast guys that leaders have their shows. They in here. Let me ask y'all this question. In order to run the ball effectively and tire out the defense, you would have to do things on the offensive line at the beginning of the game to wear out the defense when we get into the fourth quarter. Am I correct on that? I know I am. I keep moving. But when your offensive linemen are going backwards in pass protection for the entire game, that ain't making the defense tired. No. When you're not letting your offensive line attack the defensive lineman, and instead having the defensive lineman attack them, in the fourth quarter, they just as fresh. All they got to do is just keep a rotation going. They ain't getting hit and moved and that. The linemen are moving back. This is what the Dallas Cowboys do. They ain't established no running game. Ain't nowhere in the world you establish a running game when we look at halftime and see how many times Tony Pollard, I'm just sticking with last year, Tony Pollard ran in the first half and averaged between 5 and 7 carries in the first half. Rico Dowdle, one carry. Okay, you want to throw in Kevontae Turpin off of the gadget jet sweep play or something like that. I don't even count that as a running play. Everybody knew it was coming. So you ran the ball total maybe 8 to 10 times in the first half. Give me a break. Give me a break. Give me a break. You ain't tried to establish a running game. You established Dak. You established CD, and it worked. As Coach said earlier, Number one offense in the league. You may very well have had 21 points up in the first half. You very well may have it. But running the ball, I'm just trying to prove the point. Mike McCarthy said we running the ball last year. Y'all heard it just like I heard it. Please, it didn't happen. So why are we really going to start with this narrative, believing that all of a sudden now he's about to turn into a powerhouse, bludgeon the football down your throat type of guy with an MVP candidate as your quarterback, with a first-team all-pro wide receiver who dang near almost can get 2,000 yards almost. I'm just with Jake Ferguson, a Pro Bowl tight end who made the Pro Bowl last year. I'm trying to figure out how we figure the playmakers are there. How in the world we think we just going to run the ball? Please don't tell me. We got Ezekiel Elliott back. We going to run the ball. You wasn't running the ball when he was here. And he's older. I don't care nothing about Ezekiel Elliott running through no garbage cans, hollering and screaming and grunting and him, running against air, looking like the greatest running back of all time, going against air, cutting and all that. I need to see all that in the game. All I saw was Ezekiel Elliott go up the middle for 1 or 2 yards. That's all I saw. I didn't see Ezekiel Elliott get no stretch play because he can't get to the stretch like he used to. I'm sorry. That's all I saw. That's all I saw. I give Ezekiel credit later on when he got there. I saw him get inside. They finally figured it out. They finally gave him the ball inside the 5-yard line. And to his credit, he left here with 12 touchdowns. That's because a lot of them came inside the 5-yard line because they finally used him for what he really could do. That's bang the ball up in the middle, bang the ball, running up somebody's back, dang there breaking the lineman's back because he didn't put his helmet in his back, just going forward. That's what Ezekiel Elliott can do. Then you sign him and bring him back, and you look around and you say, okay, you got Zeke here, you got Rico here, who is not who always gets hurt. Ezekiel Elliott lately, in his latter part of his career, he gets injured. He did have a pretty solid year with New England. He did. He ran pretty good when Stevenson went down. He had a couple pretty good, decent games. But we all know Ezekiel Elliott is not the Zeke that he used to be. Not saying he's not productive, but you already know that when he comes in, you're going to need a 2-back system, 2 to 3-back system automatically because he can't tote the load like that no more. Everybody knows that. And Zeke, why are we even doing this? Why are we acting like that? Now, which leads now to my last part of what I want to talk about. The danger zone. This is what the Dallas Cowboys' major problem is. Angry Cowboy fan, are you listening? Because some of these folks been with me for a while, and they already know what I'm going to say once I start talking about it. Here we go. This is the danger zone that the Dallas Cowboys always mess up on. And that is this. They do not put the right people on the field because of, check this out, because this is where it comes into play, loyalty to a player or loyalty to the contract that they have. And because of those two things, they do not put the proper people on the field. Instead, the people that need to be on the field are on the bench. Case in point. Everybody knew Michael Gallup was not right. Everybody knew Michael Gallup was not there, but because of loyalty that they had paid him, they said, we're paying him, we're going to get the best out of him, whatever it is, and we understand that Jalen Tolbert might be better at this moment. But we're not going to put him above Mike Gallup because we gave him a contract. And we're going to be loyal to this contract that if he's getting paid like this, there's nowhere in the world that he could be the fourth receiver and Jalen Tolbert could be the third receiver, even though we know that Jalen Tolbert at this point in time is better than Michael Gallup. But we're not going to do it because we're loyal to him. In other words, ladies and gentlemen, this is what we're getting ready to enter now, as it is every year. Are you really putting the best players on the field? Because that's what I thought you're supposed to do. Like offensive linemen. Here's another example. I thought that the old state, y'all correct me if I'm wrong. I thought that the old statement was, when it comes to offensive linemen, Coach Breedlove, if you're here, please correct me if I'm wrong. I thought you were supposed to put your best 5 out as your offensive lineman. Now, I'm not saying if a guy's a center and he's one of the best, we know he can't play tackle. Huh? I know that. I ain't talking about that. You're supposed to put your best 5. Shane, I have to disagree and give a little pushback on here because I have to go in and see this ain't just started with the Cowboys last year. It's been this way. How about this one, Shane? I believe it is loyalty to the player because, watch this, we all knew Jason Witten was not right. Or Jason Witten was not his Jason Witten 7 his last 1 or 2 years, but because of loyalty to who Jason Witten was, you kept tight ends that were threats down the field, didn't even let him get on the field because Jason Witten had enough cachet, had enough power to say when he was coming on the field, and most importantly, when he was going off the field. Nobody argued with Jason Witten. That's called loyalty to the player, even though I had other tight ends who were better than him, yes, at the time. Just the truth. That part, loyalty to the money or the investment, that's exactly. Thank you, T. Foster. See, I ain't forgot that. I've been a Cowboy fan a long time. They equaled Jason Witten in blocking. They definitely were a threat down the field. More of a threat down the field. The last couple of years, Jason Witten would just catch the ball and fall down. I mean, but to his credit, I didn't say Jason Witten wasn't great. Everybody know he's great. Hall of Fame type tight end, without question. Should be a first ballot Hall of Fame, actually. But he was not a threat. For some reason, his summer gun always got open. He just was open. I give him that. But he wasn't a threat. I thought you were supposed to put the guys that's going to be threat. You wouldn't even let him come. You wouldn't even let guys be on the second tight end. You didn't even run 2 tight end sets when Jason Witten was there. You were loyal to him. You were. You were loyal to Jason. It ain't nothing but a couple players that have that type. You were so loyal. They were so loyal to Tony Romo that they never brought in competition for his first starting job, for his job. Never. They ain't bringing in no quarterback there to challenge him. All them gut-wrenching interceptions Tony Romo had. All those key moments, they never brought. Why? Because they believed Tony Romo was the guy to lead him to a Super Bowl. I said that to say, look what they done with Dak Prescott. Starting with Andy Dalton. Remember that, y'all? $5 million to a bag-up quarterback. Well, we just want to make sure, keep a little competition there. You ain't bring no competition to Tony Romo. Hello. Then you bring in Trey Lance, and I'll get into that in just a second. Bring in Lance with the threat of his contract there. Not that he's good. You just saying, man, we got an option here. So they're loyal to players. Just a few. But they're loyal to the contract even more. Even to the point where they will have a better player at a position, but because of loyalty to the contract or statements they've made and trying to be the smartest person in the room, they will not put the best player on the field, which leads now to one thing that everybody got excited about, including myself. But I toned myself down because I started thinking this way. Mr. BB. Mr. BB, who we just drafted, who what it seems looks like everybody have penciled him in as the starting center already. Really? Okay. I hope he is the starting center because I think he need to be. But see, y'all done forgot. Y'all forgot how much they've been trying to pump up Hoffman. Y'all done forgot. Remember now, BB was drafted as a guard. He was drafted as a guard. I understand that the guard position is pretty much locked because we already know you figured it out. You know that Tyler Smith is going to stay at guard. And of course, you know Zach Martin is going to stay at right guard. So BB is not starting over those two. We know that. Tyler Smith will be at left guard. Zach Martin will be at right guard. Those are two all-pro guards. Ain't nowhere in the world. There's not even no competition there. Those two are penciled in. Well, you can put ink on that. They will be starting. Okay? We know that. But so everybody said right then and there, okay, all right, we know that he's going to be our center. Really? Do y'all remember all the time they put articles out about how Brock Hoffman is ready to assume the center position? That's what they said. This is what the Cowboys have said. This ain't what First Take said. This is not what Undisputed said. This ain't what the analysts said. This is what came out of their mouth. This is what came out of Stephen Jones' mouth, primarily. That Brock Hoffman is ready to take over and step up. Y'all sure that BB gonna be the center? Or are they trying to figure out, because now they got to figure out now, if you got Brock Hoffman there and he's in his third year and we're getting close to contract time, they got to make sure that this guy can play. They don't want to put a rookie center over him and then all of a sudden you don't know what Hoffman really can do, even though we got film, of course, to show that Hoffman played pretty well last year when he got in. There's tape out there that shows that he played very well. But everybody just saying BB is going to be the guy. I personally don't mind making the change. If BB and Hoffman are close in it's kind of like flip a coin, then I say go with the younger player because there's not a gap there. Now, if there's a big gap between Hoffman and BB as far as Hoffman goes, I say start Hoffman if he's that much better than BB. But I think everybody anticipating that BB is going to be that type of dude. So if he's that type of dude, why not go ahead and put him in immediately? See, this is where the politics start. This is where all the, this is where it started getting shaky. This is the loyalty part. Loyalty to an idea, loyalty to a contract, or loyalty to a player. The idea would be that Brock Hoffman is ready to step up, because that's all they've been saying all summer long. Brock Hoffman, you heard it. Brock Hoffman is the first person there at the facility. Brock Hoffman is there working out almost every day. Brock Hoffman is there. You see the improvement. They say you seen he's gotten bigger. Do you see Brock Hoffman is ready to go? He's ready to step up. This all you keep hearing. This is what 103.5.3 The Fan is saying. Brock Hoffman is there, man. He's really taking ownership of this. He's anticipating being the guy. He's there watching film. He's there working out. He's getting treatment. He's doing it. This is all you heard from them. It's the whole idea. Now BB comes into play, and everybody's thinking that BB is better already. Even if he is better, will loyalty take place? That's my conspiracy theory. Huh? Okay, here's another one. more lesser than what I think. Here's another one. The kid that we drafted at the wide receiver position, Ryan, forgive me for not Clowncy, whatever his name is. I don't know if y'all watched film on him yet. But the boy is a dog. That's all I'm gonna say. The kid is a dog. He is. I actually like him. I think that if you put him in, he can contribute immediately from a rookie position. But here's my conspiracy. Because here's another name that you've heard all summer long. Same name that you heard last year, but they let loyalty take over. I heard Jalen Tolbert's name all last year around this time. Jalen Tolbert's ready to make that jump. Jalen Tolbert is in his second year. He's ready to make that move. Jalen Tolbert is there. Then why are y'all putting Michael Gallup out there when y'all know Michael Gallup ain't that no more? His knee is not right. His knee is gone. That's why you done got rid of him now. You paid him, then you got rid of him. Now he with the Raiders. But before you got rid of him, you were loyal to an idea that Michael Gallup, because of a contract that you were paying him, you automatically made him the third receiver when you knew he wasn't right, but you tried to make $1 out of 15 cents instead of letting Tolbert get the snaps that he deserved because he was better. But you didn't do it because you were loyal to the contract that Michael Gallup had. So therefore, you did not put the right people on the field because of loyalty. So how I know that this year won't be different? I even switch it out because it seems now, finally, that Jalen Tolbert probably will be your third wide receiver. Maybe deservedly so. We really don't know that because they've seen, they see Tolbert in practice. Obviously, he does more in practice than he does in games because he hardly gets on the field enough to do anything. And if he is on the field, he's not getting the ball. So we really don't know what Jay. He had some key catches last year, but not enough to say, man, look, that man need to be on the field for real. We ain't get all that. Now they're saying he's really the third guy. But what if this Ryan kid that we just drafted is on the same level as Jalen Tolbert? Because I can actually see this battle going on. What if the kid is better than Jalen Tolbert? Oh, you going to keep him on the practice squad? You going to keep him on the practice squad? Because you loyal to Jalen Tolbert? Yeah, Joe, that's a good one. Jalen Brooks. We saw that all preseason. Jalen Brooks is great. Jalen Brooks is great. He looked more dangerous. Tall, fast, catch the ball in traffic, everything. But he was what, fifth receiver? I mean, please. He didn't even dress. Exactly, Michael Evans. The kid that we just drafted wide receiver, if y'all haven't seen him, look, y'all need to go watch him. Y'all gonna see it and gonna say, okay, yeah, he might do something. A lot of people have compared him to Dez Bryant. He's a dog. He's nasty. Can go get the ball. 50-50 guy. Fast. Can catch it in traffic. Great route runner. Everything. What if he's better than Jalen Tolbert? Are you going to be loyal to Jalen Brooks because he's been there? What if this kid is better than Jalen Brooks? If you forget that, now forget Jalen Tolbert. What if this kid, Ryan, is better than Jalen Brooks? Are you going to keep him listed as the fifth receiver? Or are you going to move him to the fourth receiver? Or are you going to keep him in fifth receiver because you're loyal to Jalen Brooks? He is, T. T, I'm telling you, man. You need to go look at the film. I already peeped him out. I like him. Now, of course, that's college tape. He ain't done nothing against the pros. But when you look at him and you see, Look, and I'm not comparing him to Brandon Cooks, not comparing him to CeeDee Lamb. I'm saying compare him to from about the third receiver down, and then you tell me what you see. Compare him to Jalen Brooks. Compare him to Jalen Tolbert. Compare him to that, and then you tell me what you think. So I'm not comparing him to CD and Brandon Cooks and all that. I'm not comparing them to that. I'm comparing them to the third receiver on down. Exactly. Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Mike. You helping me. So that's why I told y'all. Y'all take over the show. Right here. Here's another one. Martavis Bryant. Are you loyal enough to Martavis Bryant that you would keep the Ryan kid on the practice squad? Or will you make the proper move and put Martavis Bryant on the practice squad and move this kid up to maybe about the fourth or fifth receiver? See what I'm saying? These are the type of questions that because the Cowboys always don't get it right. They prefer loyalty. You see what I'm saying? You're not putting the right players on the field. I got even a better one than that. Okay, everybody got excited about the kid that we drafted as a running back. Y'all saw him. Very fast, runs between the tackles with power, able to break tackles, can catch the ball out the backfield, able to take a little punishment as well. Here's my question. Are you going to, because see, his questions will be answered in the preseason because he's going to play. Because Ezekiel Elliott and Rico are not going to play in the preseason. Neither one of them will not be carrying the ball for those preseason games at all. So you're going to have probably Deuce. You're going to have this kid that we just drafted from the running back position. You're going to have Snoop. You're going to have that guy. You might have Malik Davis, all that. Here's my question. Are you going to be loyal to the feel-good story of Deuce Vaughn if this kid is better? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Everybody's still talking about when Deuce got drafted and his dad was there and y'all saw the call and all that type of stuff. And Deuce, and God bless him, I've already said what I think about Deuce. I know he's a playmaker, but Deuce showed out in the preseason, got y'all all hype, even though he's playing against guys that work their toys are us. You understand? And he showed out against them, got in the games, and he ain't done nothing. But are you going to be loyal to Deuce with the idea of Deuce being a playmaker instead of giving the job to a person that deserves it? I'm not saying the rookie deserves it, because I ain't seen him play yet. I'm just saying, what if? Because the truth of the matter is, the reason why that has to be done, because see, Malik Davis was better than Deuce Vaughn. Yeah, see right there? Y'all ain't gonna like that. Y'all ain't gonna like that. Malik Davis was better than Deuce Vaughn, but he never got the chance because they put him on the practice squad whether he was in the doghouse or not. Excuse me. See what I'm saying? Malik Davis can run the ball. Exactly, T. They worked at Piggly Wiggly. Exactly. They worked at Jiffy Lube, instant oil change, and like that. And Deuce Vaughn had a field day against those guys. Looked wonderful. Deuce Vaughn looked like the next coming of Barry Sanders when he played against those guys. You didn't see all that the times he got in the game. That's why he was in the jogging suit most of the year. That's why he didn't dress for most of the year. But that stuff didn't work in the league. They didn't decide to put a uniform on him. And when he had the uniform on him, did he really get on the field? Y'all don't want to tell the truth. I will. I love Deuce. Y'all don't want to tell the truth. Y'all don't want to tell it. Y'all know it's the truth. Deuce Vaughn had a chain on like I had, with a Cowboys hoodie like I got on, and he was down there cheering and clapping and high-fiving with some tennis shoes on. A healthy scratch is what they call it. He wasn't nothing wrong with him. He just didn't dress because they didn't feel like they needed him. They thought Lipke deserved a jersey before Deuce Vaughn. And y'all fell in love with him. Okay, I got the same question. If the guys behind him in the depth chart are better, I even go with it. Michael Evans just said Royce Freeman, who I believe is just a camp body. I believe Royce Freeman probably will not make this team, to be honest with you, but he's going to play a whole lot in the preseason. That's what he was, T. Healthy scratch. That's what he was. Wasn't nothing wrong with Deuce. Deuce got stretched out by the trainers. Hamstrings just as loose. he was doing just fine. He looked up on the list for folks that was going to be able to dress and all that. Deuce wasn't even on the list. Deuce was on the sideline with matching jogging suits of the other people who were healthy scratches. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. I know you don't like it because y'all like Deuce. Exactly. Deuce wasn't on the field. Now y'all gonna get excited again because Deuce is getting ready to show out against some of these guys again in the preseason, because Deuce will be playing in the preseason. Why? Because Ezekiel Elliott and Rico for sure. And I might even throw in Hunter Lipke. I might throw that in. I might just throw in Hunter Lipke as well. Those three, matter of fact, I'm going to throw Lipke in. Those three will not be playing in no preseason game. Deuce will. Royce Freeman will. The kid that I'm talking about that just got drafted, he will. Snoop will. And Malik Davis, I don't know what Malik has done. I don't know if he started messing with somebody's daughter. Somebody in the front office daughter. I don't know what it is. But Malik Davis was better than Deuce Vaughn, yeah. I don't know what put Malik in such a doghouse that he's pretty much last on the depth chart. Fast, can run the football. I don't know what he did. I don't know. I don't know if they secretly put something in his locker room and taped him while he cussed out everybody because he can't get on the field. I don't know what it was. But Malik Davis didn't deserve to be the last running back. He was standing beside Deuce Vaughn too as a healthy scratch. I don't know what it is. I don't understand it. Malik Davis was getting playing time as a second running back behind Tony Pollard. I don't get it. I don't get it. Huh? I get it, Mike. I hope they're trying to get another running back too, because you can't depend on Ezekiel Elliott and Rico to stay healthy. Shoot, if you think Dak Prescott throwing the ball a whole lot now, oh my God! Soon as we have an entry in the running back room, Dak Prescott gonna throw the ball 50 times. I mean, he's gonna throw it 35 times anyway, because Mike McCarthy don't believe in no running game. I mean, I'm still saying that. Huh? See what I'm saying? So I'm still saying my point is, are you going to be truthful instead of being loyal? That's my question. Angry Cowboy fan. See, you see what I'm saying now? Is BB going to start? Or are you hung up on Hoffman? Joe, would I bring in Delvin Cook? Shoot, they brought in Royce Freeman. Shoot, yeah, I'm bringing in Delvin Cook. Delvin Cook, no question. You brought in Royce Freeman? Huh? There's no knock against Royce. I'm just saying, if you're going to bring that in, what's up, man? I'm saying, are we gonna be truthful? Or are we gonna be loyal? Are you gonna stay with? Are you gonna stay loyal to the idea of Brock Hoffman being your center, since that's what they pumped up all summer? They said they put out articles on DallasCowboys.com. Brock Hoffman ready to step up. Brock Hoffman is done. They put out reports. Brock Hoffman, the first person here when the doors open. Brock Hoffman getting treatment. Brock Hoffman lifting weights like crazy. Brock Hoffman watching tape. Brock Hoffman, the last one to leave. He's ready to step up. They get him out there. They go in and say, oh my God, that Brock Hoffman, he's ready to step up. Now you draft BB. My question is, if BB is better, are you going to be loyal to Brock Hoffman? And keep Brock Hoffman and keep BB on the bench? Really? Now, if Brock Hoffman is that much better than BB, then I get it. But Cowboy fans, because you ain't heard the Cowboys say it, it's the Cowboys fans again who are jumping the gun. This is how you get upset. This is how you get depressed. Because it's the fan base who are penciling in BB as the starting center. It ain't the Cowboys. The Cowboys have said Brock Hoffman. That's what I heard. They're excited about BB and the potential of what he can bring, but they don't know yet. They've said it's healthy competition. But really, is it competition? Is it? Not if you're loyal already to the thing. And we can't say it's not the case, but I hate to be repetitive, but we saw it already. There's nowhere in the world you can tell me Michael Gallup was better than Jalen Tolbert last year. But they were loyal to Michael Gallup's contract and what they were paying him. So they made him the third wide receiver, even though they knew that Jalen Tolbert was better than Michael Gallup. I even go and say this, and this is going to sound crazy, Jalen Brooks was better than Michael Gallup. But what y'all need to hit that like, because I'm preaching right now. Woo-wee. Well, it feel like Sunday morning already. I'm preaching in here. Let me get this out of the way. I'm sorry. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. The Cowboys have practiced this for years. And see, this is the danger zone, like I done told y'all. This is where, because the draft over. Good draft. If I signed a few little free agents. Done that. This is now when the stuff started getting messed up. I done seen it too many years. I don't trust nobody in there. Because, see, it goes beyond the coaches. This is where Jerry and Steven enter into the picture again. See, the draft, to me, is Will McClay. Yeah, Jerry and Steven may make the final decision, but they're going off of what the scouting department and Will McClay have said. They ain't watched no tape. They ain't done nothing. They ain't doing all that. That's where they make the decision. They make the phone call to the player, and it's recorded. They get the glamour. They get all the stuff. That's what they do. Then they exit stage left. Then the coaching staff start putting in installation, scheme, all that type of stuff, and they may like a player better than they like somebody else. But this is where Jerry and Steven creep back in and say, I know Jalen Tolbert is doing well. I know he has stepped up. Mike, I understand that. We've seen him from up top. We watched through the glass in the office. We see the route running. We see it. We don't know what we're looking for, but we see how he's getting open. We don't know nothing about no shuttle drill and all that. We see that he's doing a little bit better than Michael Gallup. We see that. We see the chemistry between Dak and Jalen Tolbert. We understand that Jalen
went to Dak's house and threw with him and got a nice chemistry. We've heard what Dak has said about Jalen Tolbert. We know he's doing better. But you gotta understand, Mike, we're paying Michael Gallup. At that time, I know he's gone to the Raiders now. We're paying Michael Gallup at this particular time this much about him, and we paid him a big contract. We gave it to him. He got to play. Mike McCarthy say, well, but Jalen is making our offense more efficient or making it more potent. We can really stretch the field. We can move Jalen to the outside. We can move CD to the inside in the slot. We can keep Brandon outside. And CD in the slot there is a little bit more dangerous than Jalen Tolbert in the slot. We can do all this if we need that. Well, can't you put, here go Jerry and Steven. Well, can't you just keep CD to the outside? Or if you can do that again, you can put Michael Gallup outside, because see, he can get up and go catch that one-on-one ball, contested ball. We've seen him do that. Now, he ain't jumping as high as he used to because his knee messed up. So, it ain't what it used to be. Matter of fact, he ain't really getting down the field like he used to because his knee is not 100% correct, but we're paying him. The doctor say he can play, we gonna play him. So we're not gonna do all that. Okay. You can put CD in the slot, and I realize that the coverage is gonna go to CD in the slot. But you're gonna have Michael, because they ain't gonna respect him. Just have Dak throw it that way, because Michael Gallup got to play. Jalen Tolbert have his time next year or something like that. But right now we paying him. We understand he might be better than Michael Gallup at the time, but we ain't gonna never find out, because we got to be loyal to this contract. You understand? We paying him. That's what they did. Y'all ain't got to look. Y'all ain't no disagreeing here. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. Y'all know I am. And I'm worried about that again. And it ain't got to be from the wide receiver position. I already said it was. I'm talking about on every spot. Every spot. BB, I'm just going by what we drafted this year. I'm going by what we have seen just the draft of BB, and they're out on the other side of that is they're putting out in the media, putting it out in the street how good Brock Hoffman is. So what we got right now as we speak, and who knows, BB may not be the guy. I don't know. I know what he did at Kansas State. I saw the film, just like y'all saw. BB bowling people over, knocking them off their feet, getting to the second level, knocking folks off and all that kind of stuff. I seen it all. I seen it at Kansas State. I don't know what he can do in the league. He ain't had a chance. But I saw Brock Hoffman, in fairness to him. Brock Hoffman played well. But if BB is better, are they going to put him in? I got one more for you. How about this one, y'all? Do y'all remember last year? And see, you really got to go back. Do y'all remember last year how well John Stevens was playing at tight end? Y'all remember that? John Stevens was going to make this team last year as a tight end because of the way he could stretch the field, how well he can run routes, and how well he was catching the ball. Y'all remember that? Guess what? Stevens is back. Coming off an ACL injury that he hurt in the preseason last year. He's coming back. Y'all saw how well he did last year, right? Y'all remember that? Here's my question. Are you loyal to Schoonmaker? Are you loyal to Schoonmaker? Or if Stevens is better, are you loyal? Here's another one. Everybody got excited about the undrafted free agent tight end that we signed out of Minnesota. Oh my God. Whoa. Oh, the tight end room is stacked. We got Ferguson. We got Schoonmaker. We got Hendershot. We got the kid from Minnesota. And we got John Stevens. I can go and tell you right now, John Stevens is better than Schoonmaker. John Stevens is probably gonna be better than the kid from Minnesota. John Stevens, his starting point to me is where Hendershot is. Will loyalty take over? Will you be loyal to the fact that you drafted Schoonmaker in whatever round we drafted him in? Second round, I believe, whatever it was. And I love Schoonmaker. He's from my school, Michigan, which I cheer for him nonstop. But are we going to be loyal and not put the proper people on the team just because you're loyal to an idea or loyal to a player, or are you loyal to a contract? Exactly, Tyrone. There it is. Drafted a Schoonmaker in the second round. Second round. If Stevens is better than Schoonmaker, are you going to be loyal to the fact that you drafted him in your second round and you just got to find out how good Schoonmaker is? And while you're doing that, you putting my guy down to about the fourth string, where he now becomes a practice squad player. When you know that he's better than Schoonmaker. See, I'm all about putting the best players on the field. Cowboys are loyal to contracts, loyal to players, and loyal to the contract that they're paying the guy, so they got to find out, or loyal to a second round, third round pick. See, these are my questions. This is when stuff getting mixed up and twisted now. It happens every year. Happens every year. Are you loyal to a position? How about this one? How about Micah Parsons is better when he's roaming, not locked in one spot. But are you loyal to him just staying on the line, which I doubt very seriously? See what I'm saying? This is when the real good players get mixed up because of scheme and Jerry and Steven entering their nose into the business about saying who should be playing and all that kind of stuff. And you already locked in on that because it's obvious. It's obvious. It's obvious. We love holding on to people too long because you're loyal to an idea. You want to be proven right. We held on to Jalen Smith too long. Hello. Jalen Smith, the linebacker from Notre Dame. We held on too long. His knee was straight trash by the time he got out of here because it was a miracle that he was able to play in the first place. Held on him too long. We're loyal to, and I'm still saying the same thing about Ezekiel Elliott. It was knocking three birds out with one stone. I'm not saying Ezekiel Elliott can't help. I'm not saying he can't be productive. I'm not saying that, but he certainly ain't no number one running back no more. I don't care what y'all say. I'm saying that. I'm still saying he just run up the middle for 1 to 2 yards. I don't care how much he run against air and run through trash cans and making all that grunts and all that cutting and loud hollering and stuff when the trash can don't move. When he running between all that stuff and cutting real hard. I mean, he look like the juke move on Madden. I don't see that in games. He look great when he doing all that skill work and all that. He looked great running his shorts and got his sunglasses on and hollering and screaming. Running and juking and all that kind of stuff. He looked wonderful doing that. Oh my God, Zeke looked like, my God, he looked like he back at Ohio State. He looked like my goodness, he looked like incredible. I ain't seen that in years. But you loyal to him. You knock 2-3 things. Well, yeah. I like it, angry Cowboy fan. I mean, y'all know I'm telling the truth. This is what's going on. Here's the positivity, angry Cowboy fan. Great question. Yes, there is some positivity going on. I'll be fair. We drafted the right people. That's the positivity. There should be, let me say that. there should be healthy competition. There should be. There should be. The things that we've done, the draft picks that we made, I think will bring, even though they're young and they're rookies, but when you mix them in with the veterans that's on the team, it adds toughness because the guys they drafted are dogs. See, that's one thing that we rarely get are dogs. Like that guy that got attitudes. The kid from Notre Dame, the linebacker, he's a dog. The signing of Eric Kendricks, he's a dog. The kid that they say is DeMarcus Lawrence 2.0 for Western Michigan, the defensive end that we drafted in the second round, he's a dog. I ain't talking about no finesse player. I'm talking about a dog. BB, without a doubt, is a dog. See, they show toughness in college, so that's all they know. So you bringing that explosiveness to the team, that brings a culture of toughness. Those are the right type of people that you're going to have to beat up some of these pretty teams like Philadelphia, who I think is a finesse football team. I don't care how much they run the ball. If you pop Jalen Hurts a couple of times, trust me, he going to start breaking down like he did last year. See what I'm saying? If you hit Saquon Barkley, the history and track record of Saquon Barkley is, all you got to do is touch him a few times, he'll miss the whole season. Man, I ain't wishing that upon him, but it's just the truth. Washington, it's crazy it may sound, y'all, Washington is going to be a problem next year, especially if their quarterback, Jalen Daniels, takes the step real early. They're going to be a problem because they surrounded him with a lot of good stuff. And so they're going to be a smash mouth football team, physical, because Dan Quinn is a guy that is a physical type coach that's going to bring that culture there, that doggish mentality. Washington is going to be a problem next year. You need to combat dogness, not with finesse. You need to combat dog with another dog. That's what the Cowboys have done there, Cowboys fan. When we go against the San Francisco 49ers, who I believe is a team that really essentially just out-physical us. See what I'm saying? You got the only way to smack a bully in the mouth is to be a bully yourself. That's what I think we've done. So there's my positiveness. I would be shocked. Then you throw in a guy like Overshawn, who's coming back this year, who missed out last year. You mix that in, will essentially be his rookie year. Even though it's his second year, it'll be his rookie year. He's a dog. So we got a lot. I think that's the part, the finesse part. We can't, I'm sorry, that's the way I come up. You don't bring a dog fight and then hear your little cat. You put the cat in the middle and say, go to work, baby. Go to work, baby, cat. No. See, that's finesse. I don't want no finesse. You stand up to a bully, you hit him in the mouth. That's what changed us. Detroit is a bully. The Detroit Lions are a bully. And they gave a lot of glimpses of that last year. And I think it's going to be that way again. Green Bay came and bullied us. They bullied us, smacked us in the mouth, and we folded up like a tent. We didn't stand up and smack them back. That's because the play caller was trying to finesse them. Got to hit a bully in the mouth. 49ers, bullies. Detroit Lions, bullies. Philadelphia, I'll give them a little credit. They had the offensive line that could bully you too at the time. I give Philly a little credit there. They did have that. I would give credit to that, angry Cowboy fan. I can see the culture that they're trying to develop, and maybe that attitude will bring that type of culture and mix in, and it'll catch like fire. Michael Parsons is a dog. DeMarcus Lawrence is a dog. Donovan Wilson is a dog. Trayvon Diggs and Deron Bland are technical people with doggish type moments. I ain't talking about that. They can get you either way. They can get you finessing and with a little dog mixed in. I'm talking about flat out dogs though. Ain't too much finesse in them. Kendricks is that way. The kid from Notre Dame is that way. The kid from that we drafted second in the second round, he's that way. Parsons is that way. Let me see. Donovan Wilson is that way. Hooker is borderline. I'm saying dogs. Tyler Smith is a dog. Zach Martin is a dog. This BB kid, in my view, is a dog. See what I'm saying? Zeke is a dog. It's just his skill set has just diminished just a little bit. But he's a dog, which brings attitude, which brings that. So the dog, they bringing dogs back. Physical. I give you that. Quiet as it is kept, Rico is a dog. CeeDee Lamb is a dog. I don't care what y'all say. Dak Prescott, dog. Yeah. So, but see, here's the part about dogs though, and here's again what I'm going with. Let me jump back. I try to give you positivity, angry Cowboy fan. Let me jump back a little bit. So you can have all the dogs you want, but if your coaches are finesse, that takes away the dogness. See, if you got dogs on the line, because they knock people over, but you calling plays that all they do is pass protect, instead of laying on folks going forward and knocking folks dead in their mouth so they can be tired in the fourth quarter, then you done finesse your way through. That ain't helping. You take the dog out and bring the finesse in. See? This is where the danger zone is. This is where the play calling comes in. The style, the style. Mike Zimmer, consistently, watch this. Mike, when maybe we got a problem solved. See, I like Dan Quinn. That's the reason why the defense overall with Quinn was better, because attitude of Dan Quinn spread through the team. Overall, I know we still mad at Green Bay. I get it. But overall, Dan Quinn's style, the blitzing, the sacks, the turnovers, all of that was because of Dan Quinn's culture falling on these guys. Mike Zimmer is a dog type coach. Minnesota's defenses were always good. We'll see. We'll see. This is what I'm talking about. And we getting ready to find out. Training camp gonna be a little interesting to me this year. It usually be that the Cowboys, you can look, because the Cowboys were so good, there really weren't a lot of holes where there was open for people to take a starting spot. The offense usually was already set. Seriously. There was not a spot on the offensive line that was open. The quarterback was not open. The position wasn't open. The running back was not open. The wide receivers weren't open. I mean, it really wasn't a spot on the offense that you knew that there could be a challenge, because it's already penciled in. Defense, somewhat the same way, but it was more openings on defense. than it was on offense. This year, I got some spots where I think that the jury should be still out. I think the jury on the running back room is still out. I think they need to add something else. The tight end position. I think the tight end position, especially with John Stevens is coming back, I believe that the tight end position, it should be some question marks on the depth chart, except Jake Ferguson. Jake Ferguson will be the starting tight end. I get that part. But from second string on down, that's where my question marks are. I got a question mark with the center. Is it BB or is it Brock Hoffman? See what I'm saying? That's really the only spots I see. Linebackers. We just signed Damon Wilson back. Okay. Some of these signings are camp bodies type things. I don't know if they look at Damon Wilson like that. I doubt they do, but if Damon Wilson is better than the linebackers we have, he should be starting. I'm just saying. Huh? I'm just saying. The linebacker spot is open. Well, maybe not. I just thought about Overshawn and Clark, and if you putting Parsons back there, for split time, then Parsons will be one of your linebackers. Linebacker spot really shouldn't be open. Marquise Bell is moving back to safety, okay, but you got Hooker, and you got Hooker and Donovan Wilson back there, and then there's another name that I didn't even think about until now. Everybody saw Wanye Thomas. Y'all know he's a playmaker. Man, we were trying to figure out why this boy can't get back on the field. But good God, every time Thomas on the field, something good happened. Breaking up passes, hitting folks. I mean, Thomas should be on the field, but look at what he's going up against. Donovan Wilson, Hooker. You got Marquise Bell that's going back to safety. Look at all this stuff. A couple names I got on corner. The kid that we drafted at corner is a dog. Yes, sir. Real dog. But are you going to be loyal to Nahshon Wright this year? Really? What about Israel? What we going to do there? Because Israel, everybody loved him. He can't get on the field. Diggs was there. Bland is there. Gilmore was there. There ain't no spots. There's no spots. Jordan Lewis got re-signed. They're going to put Jordan Lewis on the field. He's a playmaker. You know that. So even with the kid that we just drafted, what is he? What, fourth or fifth quarterback? Seriously. Y'all forgive me. I'm serious, y'all. But if these kids are better, put the proper people there. That's the only thing I'm saying. I want the best product on the field. The best. No matter who it is, no matter how long they've been playing here, I don't care. I want the best on the field. Y'all see what I'm saying? I don't know. Y'all forgive me, I done talk too much. I really had designs on opening up the line. I ain't gonna do it because I know y'all got some pushback and I don't want to be raggedy by shutting you off and all that kind of stuff. Maybe I just got to train myself to get to it a little bit earlier than that. I know y'all got some pushback. I'm going to do a part 2 to this. But I'm going to have some help this time. I don't know, Angry Cowboy fan on here. I'm going to talk to him and see if he can join me on Monday night. It's Monday night. Amp, are you still here? I might as well just bring. See, I'm just in case y'all ain't noticed, I'm not completely out of Cowboy rehab yet. I was bruised by the Green Bay game. I was hurt by it, and then when I hear the off season going on, and I hear the same moving, the same moves, and the same bargain price shopping free agents, and I see the great draft, and I see the same exact moves, that tells me, unless the Lord, just, these guys just take over, I'm going to see the same result. And that's bothering me, because then you're not doing what you're supposed to do. You believe in a system, which is what the Cowboys believe in. Their system of way of doing things, and they are unwilling to change. And so if you are unwilling to change, then why should I get my hopes built up again? See, I know y'all don't like that, but it's just me. And I'm not trying to put a pin in your balloon and make you feel that way. I'm just saying, I done seen all of this before. And I know, based off what I done seen, that this little area here where we getting ready to go to is where stuff start going down. Not all the way to the ground. You can see the slow moves of the same situation, and you can see the area where the players now get into the coach's hand. This is where the problem starts happening. They done met all summer long, figuring out how we gonna play with this team, how we gonna scheme, all this kind of stuff, and usually sometimes it be the wrong scheme. This is where the lies come into play. Well, we're going to be a running football team. And you know good and well that ain't finna happen. You going to line up Dak and put the ball in his hands, which is not a bad thing, but stop lying to me. Stop lying to me. Stop lying to me. We were not a running football team last year. We were a pass-first team. Our quarterback should have been the MVP last year. And tell you, we were a pass-first football team. Our quarterback was an all-pro last year. That tells you that we were a pass-first football team. Your wide receiver was a first-team all-pro. Led the league in yards, if I'm not mistaken. That tells you, y'all got it, we were a pass-first football team. It wasn't no running at all. Not really. I don't care because Tony Pollard ran for 1,000 yards. I understand that. Y'all saw the games like I did. Y'all know we were not a running first football team. So I don't fall for that okie doke. I don't fall for it. And I don't even want to hear it because I know that's what Mike McCarthy going to say at the first training camp meeting when they do the press. We want to run the football. We're going to pound the football. Exactly, Tyrone. And sometimes it was less than that. Tyrone says this. Tyrone says we ran like 18 to 20 times a game. Means we was a heavily passing team. Sometimes it was less than that, Tyrone. You're absolutely right. It was less than that. Cade says 8 all-pro players, 3 defensive player of the year candidates, MVP candidate, quarterback. How many teams had this on the roster? Not many, but guess what? That's why I say, okay, if you got that right there, and the writers say that this guy's this, that guy's that, this guy's are all pro, and all these guys are all pros, then you got to say, okay, where are the deficiencies? There's a lot of things you can throw up there, the penalties and the scheme and the play calling. All that goes back to coaching. That's why I said this is the area See, after the draft, which we all shout about and go crazy on, woo-wee, yeah, what a draft, woo. Cowboys did well again. Will McClay did his job again. Oh my God, the Cowboys, they just keep adding to it and all that. Okay, that part we leave alone. We say, yeah, Cowboys drafted well again. They did good. And right after that, this is the danger zone when they now have to go straight to the coaches. This is where the problem starts. Y'all, they in the real right scheme. Do you supposed to be a running team, or do you supposed to have your quarterback in shotgun? That's scheme. Play calling. Do your offensive line, out of all them all pros, 3 of them, if I'm not mistaken, were all pros. Tyron Smith was a second team all pro last year. Tyler Smith was a first team all pro. And Zach Martin was a first team all pro. How did they become all pros? For pass protection? Greg, we heard that last year. Greg. Greg says the Cowboys would be a more efficient run game. We heard that last year. We heard that even the year before with Zeke Elliott and Tony Pollard back there. We ain't run the ball. We ain't ran the ball, man, since DeMarco Murray had that one year. Y'all really want the truth. That's what you call running. The year when we ran DeMarco Murray into the ground. That was the last real running year we really had. Oh, sorry. Let me take that back. 2016 with Zeke and the offensive line we had. I'll give you that. Zeke's rookie year. And the 2 years maybe after that when he led the league in rushing. That was it. We ain't ran the ball since. Dak Prescott, the reason why his career keeps going this way is because his stats says that he's a pass quarterback. Kellen Moore didn't know nothing about the running game. I wish y'all would act like Kellen Moore was a running guy. No, sir. No, sir. It was DeMarco Murray, like Cade is saying. When we ran him into the ground, that was really the last really great, other than the Zeke Elliott first couple of years. That was the real last time. Now that's what I'm talking about running the ball. We ain't ran like that in years. Everything has been Dak Prescott show. 4,000 yards every year. 30 touchdowns every year. I mean, it's been a Dak leg. I mean, you don't get an Amari Cooper and all these guys on your team be talking about we're going to run the football. No. And you don't get a CD Lamb and a Brandon Cooks and a Jake Ferguson on the team talking about we just going to run. We're going to be a heavy run team. No, you're not. Stop it. I don't care who you get. You're going to pass the football. It's just the truth. And that's the part where we got to start, and I'm not saying Dak can't do it because he's proven that he can. I ain't worried about that part, but just don't send me that lie. I don't want to hear that. Please don't lie to me talking about, we got Zeke back, we're going to run the ball. Zeke ain't the same Zeke. I don't care what y'all say. He signed with us. Yeah, woo, woo. Y'all got y'all feel-good story. It was a payback for the terrible offseason that the Cowboys had. We're going to give y'all Zeke. Y'all going to be quiet now. Because we gave y'all Zeke back. Yeah. Woo-wee. Got Zeke back. Woo. Man, I don't want to hear that. You ain't getting 30 rushes a game, Tyrone. That day over with. That means you got to take away a lot of Dak's throws and see these numbers. They ain't doing that. And they ain't going to do that, Doc. I can promise you that. CD Lamb has to get his numbers. Dak Prescott has to get his numbers. It's just that simple. I hope y'all come hang with me on Monday. I got to go. Come hang back with me Monday. I might continue this. I might have a little help with me on Monday. Monday night, I believe I might have a little help. And see what they got to say. Maybe they might change my mind. I don't know. But I will be here Monday night, 7 p.m. Central Time, of course. for the Big Time Show podcast. I will see you guys then. I appreciate everybody hanging with me. Go ahead and hit that like button for me one more time. Everybody do it about 10, 15 times. Do it for about 10, 15. I appreciate you, Tyrone. Monday night. For those that are watching, if you haven't turned on the live notifications, go ahead and do that for me. Hit those live notification buttons. That way you won't miss me for where you are. Hey, I appreciate everyone that's watched on the NGBN.TV network. For those that have also watched on Roku and Amazon, appreciate all you guys doing that. I'll be with you guys on Monday night at 7 p.m. for the one and the only. This has been, ladies and gentlemen, the Big Time Show.